Hey, how are you all feeling out there? Well, I'm home and it's nice to be home, although I loved Australia. And hello to everyone out there. Ken, Leah, everybody. We're home, everything is changing. We've rearranged the furniture, we've got places now, things are much more focused. How are you feeling? We've got a lot to go through today, so just a few housekeeping. We are putting everything that we put down below in the writing, in the writing, sorry, in the info below this video. We are putting on dragon'seyehub.com, which is our website, because those of you who, I mean, we all understand this is a transmission. It's coming through, you know, in all the people who are together on this, all our hearts are one. And but those of us who English isn't our first language, sometimes things can get a bit lost in translation. So we're placing all the written info below here and a little bit more on dragonseyehub.com, where there's a language bar, so you can just read it in your own language. And if there's any languages that we don't have, just let us know and we will add it onto the website. You can always get in contact with me at penfoldinfrance@gmail.com. Penfoldinfrance@gmail.com. So, you know, if the language isn't there, your language your original language, and it would be much easier for you, then just let me know if the language isn't on the language bar. The next bit is that we're going to be talking about the comet to begin with this week, and because there's so much information, we've done a different write-up on the website. So there is the website, on the website, in the blog, the written info for the comet is actually has its own space there, and we are going to put it on Facebook later on today. And also, if you subscribe to this channel, when you get the alert, then you know that it will be on Dragon's Eye Hub as well. So if you want to read the info as well as listen to it, especially in your own language, you'll be alerted to that as well, because on the same day we'll be putting it on Dragon's Eye as well. So just a few bits and bobs there. We're going to get into it now. The 7 star nations came forward, as well as the Council of 3, Dragon's Eye Hub, and myself, of course. So we've been busily working all morning. I'm going to read a lot of this and then talk through some of it that it reminds us to talk about, because there is a lot of information. So we'll get started. I'll get my glasses on. Okay. There's a lot going on. And remember, as Katie Reed said, self-care is giving the world the best of you instead of what's left of you. So just remember, take that time right now for yourself, because there is a lot going on. The comets 3-1 Atlas and A6 Lemon are working together with the collective field, bringing in light into our energy center of the Alta Major, which is at the back of the neck, the place of I am love, I am change. Now this is gentle change, which bridges the heart and the neck energetics. Now the neck energetics is 3. We've got Pluto in the middle, we've got Juno, and at the back we've got Black Moon Lilith. Now these 3 work together within the throat, and they're an interchange for any energy. So if you're not sure on what I'm talking about, it's the neck energetics, the place of change. And it works with your own natural stream of light and love, and it also works with the heart energies, and it gently brings in that change. And then as it enters here at the front, it comes in this way. As it enters here at the front, that's our Pluto. That is I am change and I move forward now, which is active right now, but we're going to talk more about that in a minute. So that's the neck area of our light anatomy, of our light energetics, asking us to suspend disbelief no matter what journey you are on, as we as a hive take a turn down an unknown road that will begin once our water trinity of Uranus, Pluto and Saturn has gone direct. Oh, excuse me, clearing that throat energy. This happens on the 4th of February 2026, so we've got from now until then with all this energetic that's playing out. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. We may feel this energy within our physical bodies, our mental and emotional bodies. Give yourself love and space, as this is a different octave of light that hits the magnetics of the earth and is working with the element of water, of which we are at least 70%. Feel into compassion and forgiveness, integrity and honesty with the self, as well as everyone else, but it starts with you, as this is where it begins. As this octave of light hits our field, it's been coming inland. Soon it will reach the pitch on the 25th of October 2025, working with the crystal energy, which Gaia will release from the crystal beds, and will work with all crystal energy. So a good time to get your crystals outside, as this energy is working with our Merkaba of our soul path, our Ka, which is Ka, asking us to earth. It's an initiation to connect to your own and Earth's transformative energies on the frequency of the female Earth divine, the collective lower root of 285 Hertz. Look for this in your chart. This energy is also working with our emotional intelligence, enabling compassion and forgiveness, working with the wisdom of the moon and your conscious mind. Feel that emotional message, that gut instinct. This is for the well-being of the hive. If you see or feel different, remember this is for the well-being of the hive over the next 2 years, bringing physical wisdom and other dimensional being contacts, ODBs, other dimensional beings, through other dimensional energy, ODE, asking us to allow this energy, release resistance of what you already know and believe. This will be working with our belief faith systems, growing into a knowing and allowing permission to move forward. So you are actually connecting with your higher self, with your monads, with your I am, we are energy. This energy will be working with the solar forces, enabling light from the solar codes of the sun, our star, working with the magnetics of the earth, working with frequency, the language of the harmonics and light in this dimensional realm. How does this physically work? Well, the solar codes create through neutrinos, which are subatomic particles that rain down on the planet all the time. And as they work through the atmospheric energy of the planet, they run out of energy and just fall to the ground. But now the atmospherics are changing with this interstellar energy, working with the magnetics and the telluric energy, as they are combining with the neutrino, now creating with everything on planet on a subatomic level. As this energy falls in through the atmosphere, this is physical evolution, working with light, solar codes, frequency, our harmonic language that creates in this realm with all life on earth. So there is a lot more to come on this subject, but this is just the start of this energetic stream. Now, we're not putting this info below. If you go on to dragon'seyehub.com, which is the website, there is all this write-up is there if you would like to reread it in your own language. The message of the planets as we work with the water alchemic symbol, creating the trinity of the throat, Pluto, third eye, and Uranus and Saturn. So, as we said last week, Pluto's gone direct, which is creating an alchemic symbol, because two sides of our third eye, so here we've got Uranus, here we've got Saturn, and here we have Pluto, and these personal planets are enabling us to create a new container for our world. So we'll see a lot of things falling off, we'll see a lot of things disappearing, we'll see a lot of things evolving. You may have been seeing new insects, different colours. There are many ways that this comes through for many of us. So as we said, Pluto's gone direct. I am changing, I move forward now. The next part of this trinity is the 30th of November. I think it's the 30th of November. I've written it down somewhere. There's a lot of information right now, but this is around the 28th to 30th of November. They're letting me know that Saturn goes direct. So this is the container maker. So this is I am change, I move forward now. So right now we're in this stage of releasing, which no longer, we just don't need anymore. Things are just falling away, and you will be more focused on your path, your car, your soul path, in this life in a physical realm. So if you feel things falling away, or if you feel, people, things, anything not resonating but not how they did, it's the new journey, it's the call. So this is how you're going to notice in your field how things are working, and it's going to be quite interesting. And then this water alchemic symbol, the triangle upside down, this is the water alchemic symbol, and it's working with our light anatomy here. It's working with much more, but right now this is the focus. If you have frequency within any water element, then that energy is in the incubation stage. As Mars moves into the watery subconscious of 852 Hertz, look for this in your chart and see what is in incubation within your light anatomy or your body map. For instance, so this is the water symbol, and this is the year of water, working with Archangel Metatron and the color ray of orange, which is using all the different Metatron works with all the it's coming with all the words aren't there, sorry, it will come, but Archangel Metatron, sorry, and the color range of orange, the golden rose, are working all this year. So that means water is a huge factor this year, and I don't know, there's been a lot of talk about water, but what's come through this week is that the water right now is in the incubation stage. What does that mean? That means if you've got any water element in your chart, and we'll go through them in a minute, that means that energy center is in incubation mode. My words are getting all taffled up as the minute as they're all coming in the incubation mode. So with that being said, it's going to help us deal with what is being activated, and that is which is in incubation. So look in your charts, look for any water frequency, which is 417, 852 and 432. They are in incubation mode. Now, the air element is in the active stage. So look to your body map to see what energetic is active. Anything in 396, 741 or 1185. This is what is active within you. So it just helps you deal with the activation element while other parts of you are in incubation, which really, really helps. This is the message of Mars. As the light pyramid on the seabed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is now active, the ancient codes are coming in on land and are in incubation stage, working with you. So 417 Hertz, wisdom of the moon energy, and all Heartstone energy, working with all the moons in this solar system. 852 Hertz, the watery unconscious, this is Arcturis energy. And 432, the Polarien energy, the all, where the time spiral begins in this solar plexus? No, in this solar region where we are right now. All the water element frequencies are in the incubation stage, bringing online ancient coding. Enable this, play, invoke, meditate on these frequencies and see what, how and why you are incubating. Ask the questions and then allow. Now the air element is in its active stage, so look to your body map to see what energetic is active. Anything in 396 Hertz, which is communication, 741 Hertz, which is balance, and 1185 Hertz, which is crystal and the elemental energy. The air element is working with the fire element and its activation, connection, ascended masters, solar codes, and the red rose energy of the Great Awakening. The water element is working with the earth element, incubation, gateway of Hathor, healing colours, and the oracle of the dragon. So that's all in incubation right now as we move towards the end of November, and we are creating the new container for us to walk through. Mars moves into the incubation stage on the 25th of October on the frequency 852 Hertz on the 333 Hertz, which is expanding this watery energy. This is the collective frequency. Look into your body maps to see if you've got 852 on the 333. But this is, as we say, the collective frequency working with the unconscious. Play or invoke it. So if you haven't got a body map, you can invoke it by saying, I invoke the 852 on the 333. I am balance, I balance, and see what comes through on a personal level. Look to your body map, as we said, see where this energetic is played within your personal light. Now remember, it can be just the 852. It doesn't necessarily have to have the 333, just to know that all your water elements are in incubation stage. And remember, this is the whole right side of the collective. So it's going to be interesting what will come forth after February the 4th. Right now, there are a lot of things ending. So things that we may have thought had finished, there may be things coming up just to finish, but things will be ending so you can move forward. The 852 is the benevolent energetic of the green Arcturian ray energy, which enables us with our emotional body. This is the energy of the collective third eye, the reality engine we create within this 3D realm. Excuse me for reading all of this because there is so much information and it was very, very precise. So I want to make sure I get this correct with the right frequencies coming through me, through our hearts and into our collective heart. Right, there are dates to be aware with if you're working with this incubation energy. On the 2nd of November 2025, connect to this energy as it will be heightened as it's working with the harmonic translator energy of Venus. Then on the 27th of November 2025, these specific degrees were given, then the dates from the degrees we were able to work through. These were given by the benevolent 7-star nations to aid us through these evolutionary times. Then as this energy proceeds, it will start to work with the ascended masters within the 963 hertz of connection. More to come on this point, but for now, these are the specific dates that came through meditation from the dragon mer beings working with the light pyramid on the seabed of the Atlantic Ocean. So as we said, the 2nd of November 2025, 852 on the 666. 27th of November 2025, 852 on the 666 hertz again. Venus will be working within the healing colours, and so we're now going on to Venus. Venus will be, so that was all about Mars. Now we're talking about Venus, still working with the healing colours, enabling us to connect on different colour light code rays. And here are the dates and the colours below. So the 24th of October 2025, she will be working on the 639 hertz on the 222, working with turquoise and separation. Now turquoise is the colour of remembrance, and it also works with Palo Santo. But often people burn Palo Santo, but for the remembrance aspect of Palo Santo, we rub between our hands and we smell. And the smell of the Palo Santo within our 2 pillars of light, working with our Gemini points, which are this and this, within our light anatomy, it will bring in remembrance that you truly need. Because remember, this comes from the I am. This is from your higher self to you. It's working with Lemurian energy, so there is that portal opening on that day, working with 5D and above to 4D and below. So it's a very good day for your personal remembrance and the remembrance of the collective. If you're feeling separation, this colour is the colour ray of remembrance again. So if you're feeling separation because energy is really flowing right now with all these neutrinos coming down, this is a 2-year passageway, so it's not going to happen like that, but you will feel things happening, and some things will happen just like that. It just depends on our journey, our personal journey. So just remember the Palo Santo, rubbing your hands, not to be burnt for remembrance, and it also, when you rub the Palo Santo, it works on the frequency of 999 hertz, which is the frequency of remembrance. Then on the 25th of October 2025, 639 hertz on the 333, and this is the colour ray of tangerine and signals. It's expansive energy, and 639 hertz On the 444 hertz, indigo warrior, working with the Atlantean energy. So on the 25th, there are 2 colour rays coming through. On the 26th of October 2025, 639 on the 555 hertz, which is blue and strength, and this is evolutionary energy. So we're giving you dates and different colour rays to see what resonates with you, and then you can choose. And also, as we say, always look to your body map to see if there is anything personal going on. But you can work with these as a collective if you haven't got your body map. If you want a body map, and you want to find out more about it, go to dragon'seyehub.com or just reach out at penfoldinfrance@gmail.com and I'll get back to you if you want your body map. And we can do it online, we can do it in person here, it's totally up to you. If you're in another country, we can do it online and send you all your details that you need. So on the 27th of October 2025, 639 hertz on the 666 is jade and separation. Jade works with the moon of Jupiter, and one of the moons of Jupiter where there is a healing temple there of jade, and it's working with the harmonic translator Venus. So that's quite an interesting day for healing if you're feeling that separation, working with the energy of emotional, physical and mental health. On the 28th of October 2025, 639 hertz on the 777. This is working on the colour ray of coral and initiation. This is working with activational energy, so a good day to work with any of your air elements. On the 29th of October 2025, 639 hertz on the 888. This is emerald and balance, working with the Gaian portal and the divine feminine. And it's also working with 639 hertz on the 999, burgundy warrior, working with remembrance again. So there's another 2 colours on the 29th. On the 30th of October 2025, 639 hertz, purple growth, working with transformational energy. So there's a real chocolate box there for anybody who wants to resonate with different colours, who wants to work with different things. It's all there for you, for your choice, or all of them. Completely up to you. You can also wear the colours on the day, you know, a scarf, a jumper, maybe, you know, with your different crystals, you know, whatever you want, however you want to embrace this energy. But remember, these are the frequencies it's coming on, which is giving us information, and you can just play 639 around you all week and see what comes in. It's totally up to you. Now, during this time, there will be a rainbow of 7 planets and points within the watery depths of 852 hertz. A lot of incubation, as the earth element of 639 hertz is also working with the water. So good tools to work with to guide you by invoking on the collective level, invoke or play around you the 639 hertz, because this is working with the earth element and water. So if it is a bit too much, the 639 and these colour rays will really bring you back into your body and into the earth. If you want to invoke this on a collective level, if you haven't got your body map, you just say, I invoke the 639 on the, depending on which day it is and which angelic number, which is in the brackets. I am love, I love, as this is the collective heart. So you can work with the collective heart on these different frequencies. Always look to your personal body map. If you have it, your body, you know, your personal body chart, to see where this is playing out. If you have any of these colour rays, take time on these dates and invoke or play around you and feel into you. So just remember that if you have any of these personal colours, maybe put these dates in your diary to maybe take an hour, or maybe take 10 minutes every couple of hours. You know, depending on where you are and how you're working, you can introduce this into your everyday. Just take time out, look at your diary, see where you can fit it in. Have a nice bath in the evening or the morning, depending, you know, like it's your journey. But the message of this week is to shine through self-love, be beautiful, as we enter this elemental progression on Gaia, bringing in wisdom from the interstellar galactic community. Balance your air, your activation energy, and listen. Listen to what's coming in. Listen to what's coming in from your higher self. Listen to the reality that's playing out in front of you. And take care of yourself. And we are done for today. It's been a very long video. We were going to do it in 2 sections, but it's much easier doing it one. Remember, all the info is below, and what isn't below will be on dragonsidehub.com, where you can read it in your own original language. So with that being said, have a beautiful week. Be beautiful, self-love, care of the self, and then we can care for others. Okay? So take care and always look to the stars, because that energy is raining down. So it's a good time to stargaze in the evening, during the day to be outside, and just allow those neutrinos to come in, because we won't be feeling them straight away. It's a subatomic level. This is gentle change. Okay, so take care and have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next Friday. Okay, bye.